Their nose will be over, their eye will be down, their eye will be back. All these things show, and what I do as a craniopath is shape the head. So get the function to work as well as it could. This has been going on for thousands of years. The Greeks used to do it. Osteopaths do it. And the medical doctors are now actually talking that it's possible, because now they're sticking on babies that have funny heads. They're actually sticking plastic cradles on top of their head and squishing their head to make it into a better shape. As a craniopath, that's really bad. You remember, you breathe and your head gets bigger. You do not put a tight hat on your head for a couple hours and see what your nervous system does. You need to breathe and your head needs to move. So, adjusting a baby, I'm just going to show you what I do. It's nothing very exciting. We're going to start at the bottom because it's safest. Where is it? He's a boy? Maybe not. So, yeah, it's okay. So, starting at the feet, starting at the ankles, starting at the knee. Hello, how are you? Hey. You remember being a baby? No, you're big now. We remember, though. So, then I'm checking the hip. I'm looking for equal movement, equal in both directions. Now, babies, they have crooked joints and knees, and they do go bow-legged, cross. They'll do all kinds of different things as they grow up until they're about 11 years old, and then their spinal straighten out. So, legs do all kinds of funny things in children. Then I adjust the sacrum, which is part of the pelvis. So, as grown-ups, most of you know, if you've been to me, that I use blocks. Here I use my hands, and I'm moving the sacrum and the ilium to put balance in there. Could you come off? That's it. Because what we want to do is we want everybody to see. Can you actually, why don't you take that hat off? And come back here and sit next to me. There you go. Thank you very much. So checking those two things, he has good range of motion. Checking the hands and the wrist and the shoulder. Whoa. So all these things can be irritated in life and in birth. So grown-ups often have these same kind of things. I just don't do quite the same thing with them. And so again, adjusting his sacrum. So sacrum, little teeny triangle bone, the spine sits on it. He doesn't do much load bearing yet, but he will be soon. Is he rolling over and doing all those things? Hasn't got it. So he's growing as fast as he can and developing his nervous system by myelinating it and getting his coordination so he can get his hand to his mouth and his foot to his mouth. And that's it. There you go. So he's doing. That's important to get your feet to your mouth. How else do you feed yourself? So I'm just checking his spine, and Dad's got that one in good shape. And then we're just going to go wiggle, wiggle. Good. And now I'm just going to check his spine, where his neck goes into his head. There you go. So, as you can see, babies like it. They don't get too excited until you find the sore bit. And like that one right there. So he still has a little bit more tension at C1, C0, right. And that'll be due to the sacrum being inferior. So what he's doing is, I'm holding something, and you'll watch him, he'll struggle, he'll go, hey, I don't like that. So he's actually adjusting it. There you go. And right now I'm applying no directional force, I'm just letting him go. Oh, I don't like it right there. I'm going to move it. Children know where everything is. They spent 9 months building themselves. I know. It's a bit tight. It's a bit tight. So, remember there was a temporal bone that fits your jaw? Whoa. Well, anyways, the ear is connected to that and the jaw, and so by feeling tension in ears, you can actually move temporal. And so the right side just a little bit. I reckon this is what the nannies used to do to Prince Charles, because his ears are always sticking out like that. They probably spent about 15 minutes a day going when nobody was watching. So. Yeah. Good. And then going back to that very important bone called occiput, where the spine sits. And as you can see, he finds that uncomfortable. Okay? So again, I'm just going to hold it and take some tension out of the structure. So I'm looking for balance. This is the same thing I do with adults. Sorry. You're doing very good. You are. You are. You are. So if left untreated, he would then grow and accept that object in his neck and his spine and would grow into that. And then once he reached 22 years old, it would be a permanent part of his structure, and it would only change over long periods of treatment, etc. Good. And this is the last little bit, and this is where I'm going to work on something called the spinal dural tension. So this tension through from the head, the brain, down to the sacrum. And it's balancing. It's more of it's untwisting. And then when you get them really grumpy, then you hand them to Mom. There you go. Whoa, there you go. But first you give him a hug. Just roughed him up a bit. There you go. You were very brave. You were. Thank you very much. Is that okay? Good. Thank you. So she's doing well. I'd still be hanging him, huh?